The story of Crispus Attucks is we're going to separate these kids from everybody else. They were put in a tough position and turned it into something magnificent. And when Attucks went away, I think a lot of people thought this tradition is lost forever. So in that moment in 2017, to see Attucks with Oscar Robertson as he gives them that state championship medal, kind of gives me goosebumps now just thinking about that.
Going to get there. 6 seconds. There's Ford firing. And it's all over. Indianapolis wins their first state basketball championship.
After the 55 and 56 and 59 era for Crispus Attucks, you have to think about the civil rights movement, and obviously with busing and desegregation, enrollments in the city schools went down. So you took an enrollment of over 2,000 at Crispus Attucks during their heyday, and it went well under 1,000. So you can imagine what happened.
Things started to decline. Then there was a move where they closed down the school due to declining enrollment.
I think when the school wasn't there, I mean, that was a huge hole for all of those people who built Attucks into what it was.
Crispus Attucks reopened in 2006. My second year as principal, which would have been the 16-17 school year, we were in need of a new head boys basketball coach. I was immediately sold on Chris Hawkins as our coach. He told me, "Ms. Franklin, if you hire me, I will bring you a state championship."
You want to be a part of something that's historic, that has a lot of love and just very authentic. And I felt like just the culture and the history and everything was something I really want to be a part of.
When I first met Coach Hawkins, I was like, wow, he's short. Like, he's really small.
You know me.
My senior year in 2017, he just told us this group has the opportunity to do something special, but we have to buy in.
Just talking about being a team, because I think when you're looking at the 55, 56, 59 teams, they play as a team, they like each other, they hang with each other.
At the beginning of our season, we didn't look like a good basketball team, but as the season progressed, we started to buy in, and he started to teach us about the 55 team and like what they went through and overcame as far as racism and just being in hostile situations. And he was basically telling us, like, we have it easy.
It was a bumpy road during that first 6 games that we had. So I think we started out maybe 3-2. And then we went up against North Central.
We lost by 4 points. They were ranked #1 in the state at the time. That was a turning point in our season, because if we can compete with them, then we could play with any team in the state.
Later that month, we're in the city tournament, and we're playing in the city semifinals against Manual. You know, up back and forth game, there's maybe 5 seconds left. We're up 1. I'm just thinking there's no way they can hit a shot.
Cavassier on Manual, he just took one dribble and heaved it from half court. I have nightmares about that game. And we knew going into the rest of the season, like, we never want to feel like that again. From there, we bought in fully to the system.
I think the kids after that understood we have to bring it every night. We have to do the things that we need to do. You know, after that, we won 15 straight.
The regional was played at Greencastle, Indiana, on a neutral floor.
And we noticed, like, Coach Hawkins can't walk.
I'm having pain in my leg. End up having to go to the hospital.
You never want to be in a regional game without your head coach, and that was a situation Attucks was faced with against a Tri-West team capable of winning a state championship.
It was really good to win that game. It felt really good.
So for Attucks, I think that showed a level of toughness without having Chris Hawkins on the bench with him.
Welcome back, the Best Choice Fieldhouse Game of the Week, 3A.
So as we head into semi-state, we play Evansville-Ball Seed.
Crispus Attucks scoring to the state championship game for the first time since 1959.
You can just feel the pride that Attucks is doing this. They're going to go back and play back downtown and play for another state championship.
A crazy week. You have every person in America that graduated from Crispus Attucks coming up here to the school.
Radio interviews for our students.
We just want to keep it going.
Just tons of attention on Crispus Attucks.
But it never did matter. They weren't too far behind. Attucks, baby. Did you get that, Fred McCoy?
It was just an amazing experience. And then at the actual championship game, we're at Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
They hadn't been here for so many years, and I think they were kind of saying to themselves, how are we going to do this?
First off, Twin Lakes comes in. They've never won a championship. And for Crispus Attucks, 1959, long time ago. We're going to find out who's going to win this ball game.
The players from 55, 56, 59 came in and talked to us right before the state game. Like Oscar Robertson just coming in and just having all those players in there just made it, special. It was like a community, a family.
They asked me how did it impact my life later on, and I told them, well, go out and win, bring the bacon home, and then you'll understand what it's all about.
They just told us, you guys have the opportunity to really be great and go down in history. And that's when we all started to feel like, wow, this school really does have a rich history.
To be there and watch the team play like they did, it almost pushed you back there. It made you feel younger, made you want to be out there again. And I was out there mentally pulling them on.
At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 3, Alex Cooley.
Well, the first half of the game.
Well, so far this game's been all offense and very little defense.
You noticed that?
It was just like, cool. What is going on? We didn't prepare for this.
Well, so far both teams have scored a total of 37 points in 5 minutes.
Then we were like, okay, we woke up.
Bennington now with 5 for the quarters.
And then the second half starts and they are lights out. And 1, 3.
And right back, and Bennington does it again.
That brother who ended with 32 points, he was killing us.
This time from long range again, so they have stretched the lead to 9.
I called a timeout and just said, hey, settle down. But I kind of looked at Nike and just said, hey, this is the time where you show up.
Nike Sabande, very vocal in that huddle. He was telling everyone, this is ours.
Nike was the guy. He was the one you're kind of waiting on, like, you got to get something from Nike to win this game.
Sabande got it and got fouled.
Nike crossover, 3 and 1. 4-point play.
Right now, he's made 6 points in the last 30 seconds.
Comes back down, another 3.
Well, they got it to him. There's the shot. He got it again.
You know what? Coaching's not that hard when you just get the ball to the best player.
They'll take the 3 from the left wing, and they will get it. Another lead change.
It's just going back and forth, back and forth.
Now there's a turnover.
And another one.
And another one. And another one.
And another one.
And another one. That's one of the craziest plays I think I've ever seen.
It was nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking.
And we'll see what Attucks wants to do. He's got it. We got a tie ball game at 71.
It's going to be interesting what Coach Hawkins, first-year coach, decides to do with 36 seconds to go.
So I get the inbound.
They're going for the last shot.
And I'm just dribbling.
Nike's in the middle. He's about
Nike was open on the backside.
So here we go.
But me, during that moment, I rose up and just shot a 3, and everything just started moving in slow motion. And then I'm thinking the Twin Lakes player has the rebound. Jamal, who's always in the right place at the right time, he jumps over this kid's back and pulls the ball out of his hands and just lightly throws it into the basket.
Down to 5, the pull-up shot is no good. The putback is good. And the basket by Jamal Harris at the buzzer.
And at that moment, I'm like, that did not just happen. That did not just happen.
I just started jumping, and I'm thinking the game's over completely.
Then the refs say, 0.9 seconds, they put more time on the clock.
My mind immediately goes back to Manuel. and just like, we're not losing on a half-court shot or anything like that.
A wild collision, and that's your ball game. And now the Tigers are officially 3A state champions.
I remember immediately looking over at Oscar, and I was like, man, there's one era connecting with the other.
When Oscar Robertson presented us with our medals, at the moment, I didn't really understand how big of a thing that is. But looking back on it, that's an honor.
Here it is, the Crispus Attucks Tigers. They are the 2017 Class 3A state champions.
A few days after the state tournament, we went down to the Monument Circle to celebrate.
When we won, Oscar said, make sure they take you down there.
And they understood that this was something that was denied to a previous championship team. So they understood the gravity and what this symbolized and what it meant.
And let them know that there has been a change. We're not going to let the same thing happen all over again. So actually some progress has been made. So it was gratifying to me to know that, well, it's not deja vu. It's being done the proper way.
With us going down there and then contrasting it with the 55 team that didn't, and for the players from 55, 56, 59, for them to be there to take part in it just, makes it come full circle. And just being able to share that moment with them, you have that bridge from that golden era to now. It's just, an incredible moment.